Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about 12 things to not buy in bulk. Let's get started. And while I say that, these are items that for me buying in bulk, it's not a money saver. For some of you, it may be because some of you may have larger families. So I think that many times we're taught to think buying in bulk saves you money. It's the best way to go. Not in all cases, and especially if you're not going to use it or maybe go in half with someone and split it. So some of these items for me have been money wasters, and I'm going to tell you which ones. So I'm going to start with number one. Number one would be nuts. They can go rancid. I've purchased them for baking in bulk and maybe I haven't used them all. I haven't done that in years though, but nuts would be something that sometimes people overbuy and don't use them all. Number two, rice. I haven't done this one in a long time, but I've also purchased a great big huge bag of rice. There's only 3 of us, and I think at that time there were just 2 of us. And, you know, yes, I make rice, but not that much. Now, a larger family may feel like that is a really good use of money because they go through it quickly. Number 3, and this is probably one of the biggest ones, spices. Now, if you use a particular spice and you use a lot of it, that's great. But a lot of times, many people, especially during the holidays, they'll purchase a bunch of baking supplies. Some of them even in bulk. And they only bake maybe once a year or twice a year, you know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and they don't end up using a lot of it, and it ends up going bad. So buying in bulk, yes, it seems like you definitely might save money if you use it all. And spices don't last forever. I don't know if you've ever been to someone's home and they have a spice rack and some of those spices have been there since maybe 20 years. They definitely lose flavor after a while. Number 4, flour. Now, I haven't over-purchased on flour, but I've known people that, you know, for the baking season, they'll buy great big bags or they'll buy a whole bunch and they only use it for a couple months and they have tons of flour. So that's something else that people may want to ask themselves. The bottom line is with all of these items, if you use a lot of it or you have a large family or you're splitting the cost between someone, it may definitely be worth it. But at least it's something, at least for me, to be thinking about. Number 5, cooking oils. Now, I've never purchased this in bulk, but I guess that doesn't always last forever. So that is something to think about, is how fast will you be going through that. Number 6, condiments. And this is one of my stories. I remember, you know, I know mayonnaise and salad dressing can be a lot. And I remember getting this mayonnaise, basically, I think it was 40 cents a jar. So I thought, wow, this stuff is name brand. It's usually $3.75 a jar. I want to buy them. And so I purchased a bunch of them. I ended up giving every friend or person that I know a jar because it was going to expire. That does not last forever. So that would be something else. Number 7, and this is something I still have stockpiles of. When I was an avid extreme couponer, I got so many personal products for free and a bunch of makeup. Now, I think the makeup's fine. It's sealed. But I have a lot of makeup that I'm still going through. And the only thing I tend to keep needing to buy right now is mascara and eyeliner. All the other stuff, I've got plenty of it, and I don't know when I'll have to buy it. Number 8, this is something else I purchased in bulk because I want to eat healthy. Produce. If you've got a small family, you know, and you're buying huge things of strawberries, now you can freeze a lot of stuff. That is true. But if you don't do that right away and cut it up and core it and get it where you can freeze it, or possibly some people will not only freeze it, they may share it with a friend. So any of that can really help. But buying extra produce, you end up sometimes wasting it or throwing it away if you don't use it or prepare it for the freezer. Number 9, and I've really overdone it on this one, I bought a whole bunch of yeast in bulk one time because I was in a bread making phase, but I didn't end up using a lot of it, and that also expires. Number 10, bread. I don't know about you guys, you can put it in the freezer, but sometimes the edges end up getting hard. I don't, you know, for me, I only like to buy a little bit of bread at a time. Number 11, cereal. I've also bought tons of cereal before, and we just didn't go through it quickly. I did end up sharing with the friend. A lot of these things that I've over-purchased, I ended up sharing with other people that do use it. And number 12, this is where my funny story is, whiteout. I used to use whiteout. And I remember that I bought a whole bunch of it because it was like 2 cents a piece. I thought, oh, wow. Well, guess what? I only used maybe 2 things of it, and the rest of it all dried out. So before I buy something in bulk, I ask myself how fast I'm going to go through that, or is there someone I can share it with? Let me know what you guys think. What is something that you've purchased in bulk that was not a good value? This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.